Alright, YouTube, I'm here going to show you how to disassemble and clean out the dust from the cooling fan on the Acer Aspire 5552 series laptop. First of all, unlock your battery. Whoops. Unlock your battery. Take out the battery. Alright. Next, you're going to want to pop this out. Use a small flathead screwdriver, or whatever, if you have nails. Pop that out. Alright, there's two small tabs on your next to your RAM. You just push those to the side and the RAM pops right out. Now, Phillips head, unscrew the screw that goes to the wireless card. Put Alright, all those are done, and for this last one, if you don't have a flathead screwdriver or anything or something like that, there's a little emergency eject holder here that you have to get something really thin and press to make this pop out so you can pull it out, pull the CD drive out when you unscrew that screw. But for me, I have a flathead, so I could easily do that. Alright, take your flathead, stick it right there, and push. There you go, that's your CD drive, whatever. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to flip. Alright, we have these screws here. Can't do it with a flathead, so gotta get our other screwdriver. There's 4 very, very tiny screws here, so don't lose them. Also, my buddy holding the camera, probably going to help me out with this new channel we're starting, which this will probably be the first video. We don't know what to call it yet, so I'm probably just going to put it on my Disloyal Pick channel for now. Let me know in some comments what you think the name of the channel should be. We might pick the coolest ones, so, you know, let's get some comments up there. Alright, now what we're going to do, I'm going to flip it over, I'll face it towards you so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Alright, take the smallest flathead screwdriver that you have, which I have this one here. And right here we have very, well, not very small, but there's clips you have to pop out of there. To make it easier, you're going to need two flatheads. One to pop the clip, sometimes it can be tricky. One to pry that piece up, use the other one to get under it, and then pop the rest of the clips. I found this is much easier because it doesn't allow this one to pop back into that clip. sometimes it can be hard if you're using a bigger flathead screwdriver. There we go. What you're going to want to do is push that out, that side, and push that one out. There you go. Alright, I'm going to set that to the side. Right here is the cable that goes to your touchpad. I'm going to push these little brown things, black things, whatever color they are, and just push that out. And this one here goes to our power button. And that, simple as that. I'm going to turn it back to my way so I can. Now we're going to, oh, I almost forgot before I broke my top cover. Don't forget to take these screws out. I'll probably just speed it up. These screws right here, I'll show you. This is a screw that goes in the bottom of the computer, and this one is one that goes in where the keyboard sits. As you can notice, they're different. Put the ones that come from the slot where the keyboard sits, put them in a different spot that you whatever, a bowl, a cup holder, whatever. You know.
Ashtray works too.
Yeah, ashtray, which I used. I'm just going to speed this up maybe, I don't know. Okay. Alright, now we have all those screws out. We're just going to pop, like, when you do it, there's little pins that hold these in. Just pop them out and lift it up, like that. Let me see your phone. Now, under here, see that there's a little cable right here, connects to the motherboard. That's to the speaker. You're going to want to unplug that. I already broke my speaker by doing this, so it's really not important for me to disconnect it, but you know, you can disconnect it. Avoid damage to your speaker. And that right there, take that out and set it aside. Put it over by your keyboard. Right here's the fan. We're going to focus on that. You can see the dust that got on my fingers when I touched it. Well, I don't know if you saw it, but I brushed it up. There's a screw right here. Make sure you use a magnetic screwdriver. For some reason, none of these seem to want... There we go. You can put these ones, these screws that come out of the fan, with the screws that came from the top cover where the keyboard was, because they're all exactly the same size.
And I have a sale on RAM and hard drives and everything else. If you guys need a new fan, just message us on our new YouTube or his YouTube channel. I'm selling them for cheap, so go out, continue with the video.
I'll probably put the eBay link. Did you make the eBay thing yet for it? Oh. Well, when he does make it, I'll put the link in the description of the video, so, you know. How much RAM is there?
It's 4 gigs of RAM. And the hard drive could hold over I think it's 250 or something, maybe more. I don't know. And the fans are brand new.
Alright. There's a screw right here. Unscrew it. There's a screw right here. I already had that one out. I forgot. I think I lost it. So make sure you don't lose the screws. Here's the fan. I already cleaned it once before. It actually didn't get too dusty again. What I usually just do is I blow on it. It actually clears it up pretty good. Don't get the dust in your eyes. Ow.
It'll burn a lot.
Yeah, it worked pretty good. Alright. Now we have that cleaned out. We're going to put in another video, I'm going to show you how to take the motherboard out. And right here is the heatsink for the CPU, also the graphics card. In another video, I'll show you how to take all this out, and clean the thermal paste up. Make sure it's not overheating and stuff. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're going to place this back on.
And be careful with the fan. He already broke one of his things on it. So
I already broke a blade. It vibrates like hell.
So you want to be careful when you clean the fan.
Anybody knows where I can get a Sunon Mag Lev or Acer Aspire 5552 fan for cheap? Let me know.
I'm selling a fan that just looks exactly like that. It fits in my computer. It looks exactly like that one.
Yeah.
I'll bring it up maybe one day and you can see if it fits.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'll sell it to you for cheap.
Alright. This plug right here, you can see, I don't know if you have to hold that phone closer. There is a label that says fan. That's where you plug the cable in.
It just sticks out, like it's not hard to miss it. And you should remember, because when you unplug it, it plugs in right there.
Also, don't plug it in the wrong way, because if you do, like I did with my speakers on my computer, I plugged those in the wrong. Oh, also don't forget to plug it. To put the screw back in, which I almost forgot. Also, that noise is a stupid parrot. I have a parrot.
You don't like to shut up.
I don't know why that ain't tightening. It's being stupid for some reason. There we go. Okay. What we're going to do, what we're going to do is make sure that bends down like that. For some reason it doesn't want to cooperate. Just make sure it fits into that area there. Also make sure you don't get that stuck. No wires get stuck under it, okay?
Make sure it fits in like perfectly.
Huh?
Just make sure it fits in like perfectly.
There we go. Okay. Get our screws. That parrot will not shut up. It likes to mock everyone.
It tells people to shut up too.
Huh?
It tells people to shut up too. That's the funny part.
Alright, now we're going to put the other screw back in. If you have any questions about this, just feel free to drop a line in the comments or whatever. Or PM. Whatever.
And we also have a Skype account and a Uvu and a Facebook. We'll put our Facebook in the description if you ever have any questions.
I'll probably even maybe, I don't know, create a
Facebook page for our new YouTube account. And we'll also add that into the description too.
Alright. Make sure they're nice, they're tight, but not too tight. Alright. Now, we got that. We're going to take that. The cable.
You're holding the camera upside down.
Whoops. The cable we unplugged before, which is right there, plugs into, the stupid charger.
Plugs into probably right there.
Plugs into that white port right there. Make sure you don't forget that. Somehow I broke mine when I reconnected it last time, so, you know. Alright. I'm gonna hand the camera back over to Zach. Yes, his name is Zach.
His name is Johnson.
Alright. So make sure you don't have it upside down when you plug it in, because that's what I did last time. For some reason it does not want to plug in. It did that to me last time, and I probably tried forcing it in, which probably broke my speaker.
Yeah, and if you have any ideas of the videos you want us to make, comment below, and we'll make a video about it.
Alright guys, I actually figured out what was wrong with my speakers. Last time when I plugged them in, I kind of didn't pay attention to what I was doing. I actually bent one of my prongs. So I just kind of, when I went to plug them in before, broke the plastic piece off and actually saw what was wrong with them. So now I knew what was wrong, and I just used a razor knife to bend it back. So when I turn it on, I'm going to test it. So now he doesn't have the camera now, so I do. I'm just going to show you quick how to put it back together. Right now I have the cover back on. Just got to snap it into place. I'm just going to switch hands with this camera once, give it to him, and he can give it to Zach. You know his name now, so I'll use his name.
And Jonathan's the one holding it now, so.
Just make sure you pop it all the things into place.
Right here, right there in that little gray area, that's for your disk drive.
There you go.
So, come into the Zach cam.
Alright. Now, before we put the screws in, we're going to reconnect the mouse, the trackpad, and the power button. Alright, here we go. Connecting buttons. Where'd I put my...
You just slide it into place.
Make sure these are pushed out so it's easier to get it in there.
And push it back.
There you go. Hold it down. Hold this piece of the wire down while you're pushing them back. There we go. That's plugged in, and now the mouse.
Mouse could be a son of a bitch sometimes to get in.
For me, it's actually pretty easy because how it's bent, and I just push it in with my finger.
The first time I took mine apart, I had trouble getting it in.
Alright. Now what I'm going to do, take our ashtray that we used to put the screws. We are going to put the screws back in. I'm just going to probably speed this up. I really hope I fix my friggin' speaker. I think I did. I bent that prong back, so I plugged it back in, so it might work.
Hope so.
That'd be awesome.
After this, are we going to show YouTube if it works or not?
Register.
Just.
Here. Okay, we got all these screws put in, got our cable there put in. Now what we're going to do is put our keyboard in. It's going to take this cable here, pop these, whatever you call them, out, and insert the cable. Hold it in while you're pushing these back in. There you go. What we're going to do is tabs on the bottom here, make sure they go in first before any of the other ones. And right here where this key is and minus key, there's two tabs there. You have to push those in first, and then on your hands, your fingers along the whole top of the keyboard here, it'll just pop right in. That's done. Now we're going to close the screen. We're going to look at this part. Now, we're going to start putting our components back in.
She's in here.
Well, first, before we put our components in, we're going to put these very small screws back in along the back spine of the laptop.
And then all of them. So, yeah.
Alright, I'm back. Well, I was here all along, but... Alright. I put these screws in. Me putting screws in. Right, now what we're going to do is start putting the RAM, the wireless LAN card, and the hard drive back in, and also our CD drive. First thing we're going to do is put our CD drive in.
Make sure you put it in the right way.
Yeah. Usually the bezel will line up with the, it'll kind of be ergonomic on that way.
You can also tell because this part where the screw goes in, it'll be on top.
Also this screws here. Alright. Now we're going to put this screw in here and tighten it. Tight, but not too tight. Put the screw in right there. The screw hole right in front of the ram slots. Make sure it's in there nice and tight. Not too tight. Once again, you can't stress that enough. Start by putting the hard drive back into place. Make sure it fits into the groove, the slot. Screw right here. Put the screw into this hole here, not this one. The screw that goes into this bracket that holds the hard drive into place is also a screw that secures the plastic on the top case on the computer also. If you put it into the hole right here, it's not going to secure that, and you'll end up having a squeaky piece of plastic on your computer. Happened to me. I figured out what was wrong, fixed it, you know. Alright, that's all the screws that goes into here. What we're going to do first is put our wireless LAN card back in.
And there's one more screw for that.
It goes right there. Screws right here. Make sure you have it put in correctly, which I don't, and I think I just got it stuck.
And I kind of regret you getting that parrot.
Huh?
I regret you getting that parrot.
Oh, I hate that thing.
So noisy.
$550 for a noise maker, when I could go to the store and get a party sound maker.
True that. I want to get it for $1 or $2.
You got that right. Now we're going to put the RAM back in.
Make sure you put the bottom one in first.
Yeah, you'll have trouble with that if you do what I just did.
You try putting it in the top one.
Alright, make sure they're firmly inserted. Make sure you have the screw in there, screw in there. We're done with that. We're going to put cover back. We're going to put the cover back on.
And normally if you had the screws in these two holes, you would put them in when you put the cover in.
I kind of lost these screws a long time ago before I knew anything about computers. I tried taking them apart, and when I upgraded my RAM, I used to have 4 gigs, now I have 8, so, you know, I lost these screws, so.
Yeah, I have 4 gigs, like I said. One buying, one maybe. I have a whole bunch of computer parts.
eBay, the description will be updated with the eBay links once he has it up on the site, so.
It's hard because I have a lot of parts.
I told you that I figured out why my speaker was broke. I fixed it. I'm going to prove to you that it actually works. I'm going to go to YouTube. Yes, I listen to Disturbed. First, we're going to pause it. Make sure it's turned up so you can hear it. Yep, alright. It's not playing. Alright. That's awesome. I went without sound for my computer for like 2 months straight. Couldn't figure out what was wrong, and while making that video, I actually figured it out. So, rate, comment, subscribe. Bye-bye.